We have reached that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wrestlution Week, the biggest week of the year here in the Worldwide Wrestling League, as in just 5 days' time. This Friday, September 21st, we head to the Rothes Halls in Glen Rothes for our biggest event of the year, Wrestlution XII. It is going to be an amazing event. I've already announced a bunch of matches. I'm sure you know what they are, and I'm sure you've already bought your tickets and made your plans to be with us on Friday. And I'm sure you've also got your tickets and made your plans to be with us on Saturday and Sunday as we go to Guiseley and then Todmorden for all of the Wrestlution Fallout. We're bringing all your W3L favourites. Bram is with us for the whole weekend as well, and so much more besides. Come out and see us in any or all of those 3 live events, because you will not regret it. It's going to be amazing. Such an awesome event Wrestlution XII is shaping up to be. And if you don't believe me, if you're not quite sure of the level of high quality pro wrestling action you're going to get this weekend, if you've never been to a live W3L event, make sure you do. And I'm going to give you a taster of the kind of thing you can expect this coming weekend. And I'll do that in the form of this week's first of 2 matches. Just last week we saw Kevin Williams with a strong and indeed rather creative victory over the fabulous Jonathan Richards. Williams is back in action here this week, taking on a perennial rival of his in the form of the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie. Both of these men would love to be part of Wrestlution. Both of these men want to be part of this weekend's live events. Will they be? We'll find out. But first we've got to get through each other. Who's going to get his hand raised in this contest? Who knows? But let's get into ringside and we'll find out in the first of our 2 matches this week here on Wrestling Showdown.
This is going to be a singles contest set for 1 fall's duration. Introducing first of all, coming to us from Castle Macula, and weighing at 160 pounds. This is the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie. And introducing his opponent, he is from the 8-bit Subspace Superhighway at 200 megapixels, Kevin Williams!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce with you with the first of our 2 matches here this week on Wrestling Showdown. The very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie in the usual black and green, trying to assault your ring announcer Stevie Wizard at the start of this match, taking on Kevin Williams there in the black singlet. We saw Williams last week against Jonathan Richards. We saw he used the video game controller to force a submission, which is certainly, I'm pretty sure, the first time that's ever happened in W3L. Maybe he'll be looking to do the same thing against Mackie.
Do you remember about your balloon? Remember the time I burst that boy's balloon? You know what?
Kevin Williams referring to a balloon being burst. Obviously something this has happened before the match, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not concern ourselves with that. Oh, as he turned his back and Mackie taking advantage. These 2 men have fought umpteen times. They know what each other is capable of course. But you won't underestimate either man. There's a good victory for Williams just last week against Jonathan Richards. Mackie was last here on Showdown back in April, taking on, weirdly enough, Kevin Williams, but he defeated him in that contest. So Mackie will be looking for a repeat of that. Because Kevin Williams, a lot has changed since then as he sits down that hip toss. Kevin Williams, was former tag team champion, has now lost the title, and word around the W3L locker room is that he is looking for some solo gold to get around his waist. He's got some solo aspirations. Well, why not? He's got all the ability, he's got all the popularity as well. He's got a very powerful headlock. He's trying to squeeze the head of Euan G. Mackie like a grape. Mackie slips out though and applies one of his own. And he has a powerful side headlock as well. If you follow the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie on social media, you know he does a lot of pole fitness, as I think I mentioned before. So he's got a lot of power in his core and his arms and his legs. He has to hold himself up on a pole. And Williams walking up to sleep. And gets slapped in the face for his troubles. That'll be his revenge for something Mackie's done to Williams in the past, of which the list is quite long, it seems. Oh, and they're rubbing his head. And a drop kick. This isn't the highest ceiling as Johnny Lyons proved just the other week. Hang on, cover here. But the very good Stevie G. Mackie is very accurate with those drop kicks. We saw him in the quarter-finals of 7 Deadly Sins get eliminated by Joey Legend, being the very good Stevie G. Mackie. Good account of himself, however, but it was not to be. And of course, you know that Tim Wiley still. Oh wait, goes for a cover here. Williams straight out though, barely after one. Tim Wiley and the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie are still allied, it seems. Wiley conspicuous by his absence. I'm sure we'll hear from the pair of them in the not too distant future. Of course, both men looking at Wrestlution this coming Friday, the 21st, in the Rothes Halls in Glenrothes. Everybody wants to be part of Wrestlution 12. These two men, of course, no exception. Everybody in W3L, everybody outside W3L does. And of course, you want. Oh, and there's a cover again. You want momentum on your side. You want to get a couple of victories under your belt before you head on in and challenge for whoever it is that you're facing at Wrestlution. It's an event that can really make or break a W3L career. Mackie's jaw-jacking with the crowd. Went for an axe handle, but Williams blocked it. Pump handles him up on the shoulder. And drives him down, running power slam style, in for the cover. Then Mackie kicks out. Set up the game over here. So Mackie calls that combo killing the business. Maybe ending the match, perhaps. Ducked the game over, takes down Kevin Williams, got him prepped. And a boot to the side of the face. And he gets that with velocity as well. And Williams getting that shoulder up. And he's tasted all these moves from Mackie in the past.
Right. I'm taking this one over.
Mackie's on the pull, it seems. Spotted somebody in the crowd. Let's hope she can run quickly. Charge. Oh, wait a minute. Williams has caught him. Up across the shoulders he goes. And slams him down. The very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie got a rough landing of that one. Williams rolls over, but was kind of slow to do so. And that's what allows Mackie to get a shoulder up. Of course, you don't want to be heading it in Wrestlution hurts. You want to be going in fresh as possible. Right in the corner. Mackie so quick, so sudden. But caught that back elbow. And again, ran right in the boot of Williams. Let's go for it this time, he says. Williams flips over. He can move quickly too. Hits the game over. And Mackie rolls out of the ring. And a good move there. That means he cannot be pinned, he cannot be submitted, because obviously that doesn't apply on the floor. So he walks it. The referee's going to apply a count of 10. As long as Mackie's back in before that, he's fine. He can use that as a timeout. It's only those timeout wrestling that you can get. So like other sports where you can pause the match and have a little hiatus. Mackie's walking it off. He gets to recover. Williams recovers as well, but means that Mackie's not taking punishment. Means that Mackie's not potentially about to get pinned or about to submit. And he breaks the count. Gets on the apron. Ref's discretion as to how far you have to go, but he breaks the count. And he's walking around the ring, just jaw-jacking. Oh, he wants Williams outside. Are we about to see an actual street fight? We're going to see an actual street fight. Mackie wants Williams outside. No ring, no rules. I'm telling the referee to stop counting. I'm at a slight loss here. Are we going to take a camera outside? I don't know what's going on here. Mackie's gone outside. And Williams has closed the fire door. Kevin Owens has shut the fire door. The referee's still counting. Mackie's outside. I don't think he can get back in. I think he's banging. Is he banging on the door? I don't know. We're up to 8, 9. Hang on, he's at the window. We just saw a glimpse on there, but like the bell's rung. I think the match is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, win the match, Kevin Williams.
So Williams uses intelligence and outthinks a very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie, traps him outside the building, and he gets carried out. What a clever way to end your first match here this week on Wrestling Showdown.
So, another clever victory by Kevin Williams. He locks Mackie out the building, and as far as I'm aware, he's actually still out there as well. Mackie's not pleased, as you can well expect, ladies and gentlemen, and I am told that he's been moaning to W3L management. He's apparently moaning at them right now. I'm told they're having some sort of debate with him. It might get cleared up very, very shortly. Let's leave that issue for the time being, and let's talk about Wrestlution XII. It's our big event this coming Friday. You really should come out and see it, because again, every championship is on the line. I'll detail the matches in just a bit, but the Women's Championship, Wrestling Showdown Championship, Tag Team, and of course the Heavyweight Championship, that and more besides, all goes down this coming Friday. And for the Heavyweight title match, Johnny Lyons is challenging in the main event for that championship. It's his hometown. He's currently facing Mike Musso, but there's one small snag. Musso has said he wants to be at his best. He wants to be as sharp as possible, and he has put the title on the line. We saw him just a few weeks ago against Nick Gray, and right now he's got one last title defence before he hits Wrestlution, and it's the biggest hurdle imaginable, as he's taking on the gigantic Mikey Ratings. This match might end up changing the main event of Wrestlution XII. Musso's got a huge task ahead of him trying to beat Ratings. Can he do it? Will the title change hands? Will Wrestlution's main event be adjusted in light of what's about to go down? Let's go back down to ringside as the heavyweight title is on the line.
With your final match here in Wrestling Showdown before Wrestlution XII this coming Friday, and it is almost literally the biggest match Mike Musso could have had. The W3L Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Thomas Kearns holds that championship belt aloft. He's taking on the tallest wrestler in Scotland, Mikey Ratings, all 7 foot tall of him. A man that Musso has faced before, but this is like a completely different circumstance. Yes, the title is on the line, and yes, we are on the eve of Wrestlution. It's been Musso versus Lyons in the main event of Wrestlution XII for quite a while, but Musso wanted everyone to remain sharp, and he felt the best way to remain sharp was to be defending that title, because it gives him that extra edge. He wanted to be at his best when putting the championship on the line, as he ducks and hits a shoulder block of Ratings, drops to a knee, and Musso capitalising immediately. Now, Musso's a tall man, like 6'4", I believe, but he rarely ever has somebody taller than him to wrestle, so he's just looking down at his opponent, wrestling to a guy smaller than him. Now, he's facing a much taller man that throws him off. Yes, they fought before. It was in last December, a live event, and Ratings defeated Mike Musso, pinned him cleanly as well. So I mean, he knows what it takes, and Ratings, he is looking to spoil the announced, or the expected, maybe a better word, main event of Wrestlution XII, because of course, if he wins this match, it will be Mikey Ratings versus Johnny Lyons at Wrestlution. Musso's trying to Irish whip Ratings, who is not budging, and throws Musso at the ring post. As both men spill out for camera view. The referee Thomas Kearns going in to try and order both men back into the ring. You can just see Mike Musso's garish the colour tights there in the corner. So yeah, Mike Musso wanted to remain as sharp as possible. He thought the best way was to put the title on the line. So he told W3L management, get me anyone. I don't care who it is, don't care what they've been doing. That's why a couple weeks ago we saw him defend against Nick Gray. It's ratings. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you.
With that victory, not only does Mike Musso continue his heavyweight championship reign, but we now know with a cast iron certainty that Mike Musso will defend the heavyweight title against tenacious Johnny Lyons in the main event of Wrestlution XII this coming Friday. That's right, the heavyweight title on the line, Musso versus Lyons. It's Lyons' hometown. He's never beaten Mike Musso. Can he do it now? Odds are no, but Lyons won 7 deadly sins. He's been on something of a roll as of late. He's got the crowd on his side now for the first time in I don't know how many years. But is it going to be enough? You'll find out this coming Friday. Speaking of championships, as a result of their victory just a couple of weeks ago, we know that TJ Rage and Krieger are going to get to challenge for the tag team championship currently held by Princess Ad and Sakib Ali. This is the champions' second time with the gold, and they don't want to end their title reign so soon. Last year they dropped the belts of Wrestlution to Jody Flesh and Johnny Storm. This year they intend to change history and retain them against Rage and Krieger. Again, tag team title online this coming Friday, Wrestlution 12. Dickie Divers, the Wrestling Showdown champion, he's looked pretty dominant since winning that title. He's used every means necessary to retain it wherever possible, but the man he turned on, the man he attacked, left lying, his former tag team partner and good friend Taylor Bryden, he's back in W3L. He's gunning for Dickie Divers and the Showdown title is on the line. It's a grudge match to end all grudge matches. Divers versus Bryden, the battle of the former contingency plan teammates for the Wrestling Showdown Championship goes down at Wrestlution 12 this coming Friday. And what of the Women's Championship? Sadly, the title has been vacated by an injured Leah Owens, so management have hand-picked Jayla Dark and Emily Hayden to compete the winner to become the new Women's Champion. But which one will it be? You'll find out at Wrestlution. Now, as I've mentioned already, the King of All Evil, Bram, joins us for the whole weekend, and he, this coming Friday, has got a huge task ahead of him because he must face the exile Luke Aldridge, a man who has been getting mentored by the genius Lanny Poffo. Will this be enough for him to defeat the former Impact Wrestling star, or is Bram going to redress his losses last year, last time he was in W3L with a victory over Aldridge, you'll find out by being at Wrestlution 12. And we've got another announcement for you. In light of what went down in our first contest, in light of all the complaining and all the arguing that went on between those matches and during the contest you just watched, I can inform you that Kevin Williams and the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie have signed to wrestle each other at Wrestlution 12. Mackie said he wanted Williams, he wanted to get some revenge. Williams said, whatever you want, I'll do it, I don't care. So Mackie's pulled the fast one. Mackie has challenged Williams to a nursery crimes match. If you know Mackie, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then imagine a hardcore match. No rules, anything goes, weapons galore, but every single weapon, every single foreign object is some sort of toy or some sort of game. Mackie is a master at this. It's his match. Williams has been backed into a corner, and frankly, nursery crimes isn't his thing. Playing games on a video games console, that's one thing. Being hit in the head with a couple of action figures and dropped onto some Lego, not his bag at all. But Williams and Mackie will meet in a nursery crimes match at Wrestlution 12 this coming Friday. That's worth the price of admission alone. Make sure you come to Wrestlution and then join us in Guiseley and Todmorden on Saturday and Sunday for all of the Wrestlution fallout. Obviously, these events are going to hang on what happens at Wrestlution. No announced matches as of yet, but stay tuned to social media. Bram's with us, all your favourite W3L subs with us in Guiseley and Todmorden, so come along, buy what tickets you can get left for these 3 events from our website, W3LWrestling.com. Make sure you've liked us on Facebook, that will give you all the up-to-minute information as it happens. Do the same by following us over on Twitter, join us on Instagram, subscribe to the channel that you're watching, one button click, and you get notified every time an episode of Wrestling Showdown or any other video gets released to the W3L network. And then use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown, tell us your predictions for Wrestlution 12, and come out and see us this coming Friday, this coming Saturday, this coming Sunday. It's Wrestlution weekend. It's going to be amazing. Make sure you're there in person. We'll have Wrestling Showdown for you coming up this Sunday as well. Yeah, we've not forgotten about you. So ladies and gentlemen, we will see you at Wrestlution. And then Guiseley and Todmorden, it's going to be fantastic. It's Wrestlution 12.